I knew my husband was perfect for me because I stalked him.
I think it just makes your relationship easier.
You're just putting in the extra effort, OP. I see you. I, 24 female, married my husband, 28 male, about a year and a half ago. The first time I saw my husband, I was a freshman in high school and he was a freshman in college. He was walking his dog at the park when he stopped to talk to my brother, 27 male, because they happened to go to high school together. That was the moment I became hooked. Oh my God. That same day, I found his Instagram, his family social media, and also where he lived since my brother offered to walk him home while I tagged along. When I got home that day, I knew I wanted him, but of course I was only 14 while he was 18. So I came up with a plan. By the way, this comes from user HotRelation899 on the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I found out his younger brother was only 1 year younger than me and would be attending my current high school. I figured that I had to befriend his younger brother by any means possible next year when he moves up as a freshman while I become a sophomore. And I did. It took about halfway of my junior year where we became best friends and he invited me over regularly to his house to hang out. This is where I was able to befriend my current husband's mom, and God, did she love to talk about him.
Flip was switched, and this isn't Crazyville. We are in Crazyville.
Hey, this is just a girl who knew exactly what she wanted.
Yeah.
At 14. Knew exactly who her husband was going to be and was like, I have a plan. From her, I found out what college he goes to, his past girlfriends, what his elementary/middle school was, his favorite/least favorite foods, his pet peeves, what he likes, etc., etc. This is actually starting to scare me.
This is scary. It's also scary, like, knowing what's going through your head right now and talking to the mom to get all this. At least she's not snooping. She's just asking questions.
I mean, she's not snooping yet. I don't know. It seemed like
you think she...
Day one,
dude, she probably
day
would.
one, she snooped, bro. What are you talking about? Day one, she was like I doxed him. He was fully doxed. No, and she found out where he lived.
Stuff, you can do a little social media stalk, but once you find where they live, ooh.
Eventually, when my visits started getting more and more frequent, I formally met current husband again. Current husband, who I'll call E. Let's call him Ethan. Ethan would come over every other week and stay for either Friday through Sunday or Saturday to Sunday. On those days specifically, I would wear my cutest outfits to impress him and also joke around with him a lot. Eventually, I befriended him as well. A little background on Ethan. He's the school record holder for a certain sport at my school, which I just so happened to do. And around halfway through my senior year, Ethan came back during the season to help coach the current high school athletes, which included me, in order to get some more volunteer work hours in. And I got to spend a lot more time with him. I loved every second of it. We were friends before, but then we became much closer since I got to spend lots of extra time with him after school, where sometimes he would even drive me home since we lived relatively close.
Oh boy.
I can only imagine like the little trophies and trinkets that this girl was like secretly like taking like from his car. Like she would just like run her finger like over the dashboard and like a hair was on there and she would just like to just eat it. This is what true love looks like. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
Psycho. Goodness gracious.
No,
I mean,
this is
some of this stuff is cute.
What's not cute is that this guy became her husband.
Yeah,
I think got married.
It's all planned out. That's what I don't like. It's like all methodically planned out. Then I get her mom. Then I get her.
Yeah, it was like the strategy of like, first I'll get to the little brother. Yeah, and then I'll work my way up. It's pretty scary. I don't know how I'd feel if I was the husband reading this. Fast forward to when I had to move away to New York City for college. Ethan moved with me since he coincidentally got a job near my college. Edit, I lied. It wasn't a coincidence. I found out he got a job offer and applied to a college nearby his workplace. This girl's going the extra mile. Being each other's only friends in a new state, we became incredibly close. We started dating when I was a sophomore in college. He proposed to me after I graduated and we just got married almost a year ago. He knows absolutely nothing about how I truly know him and believes it is fate that brought us together through his younger brother. Lately, I've been debating on whether or not I should tell him or at least tell his younger brother the truth, since the only reason I befriended him was to get closer to Ethan. I feel guilty every time he tells others our love story because the truth is I've known him for 10 years while he's only known me for about 7. This also started at 14.
Yeah.
Think about a 14-year-old brain. The level of infatuation that this 14-year-old had with this guy.
Oh boy.
I told him this 4th of July. After the fireworks mostly ended and we were heading back, I asked him in the car, wouldn't it have been weird if we had met each other before the first time we actually met, but we just didn't think of each other as significant at the time? He smiled and he said, that's impossible. There's no universe where we would have met and I would not think of you as significant. That statement struck me in my heart because I knew I would soon prove that sentence very wrong, but I continued on with my plan anyway. Oh my God, girl, your commitment. What if I told you we have met each other before? Before that time, I was introduced as Ethan's little brother's friend. He looked at me like I was crazy. So that's when I pulled over on the side of the road and pulled out my phone to show him the post I put up here before that explained everything. She showed him this post. Oh my God, you are built entirely different.
This would be such a good movie.
This is a good script. He took about 8 minutes to read the whole thing, and when he finished, he put the phone down and stared straight ahead like he was dumbfounded, scared, confused, all at the same time. I started throwing out every excuse and apology I could muster at the moment for about 15 minutes straight when he decided to tell me to stop, and I did. Then he just sat there and sobbed uncontrollably for about 10 minutes before he finally asked me how much of our relationship and how much of my identity was fabricated according to his liking. I told him the honest truth that none of my personality or identity was fabricated for him. Girl, do you believe that? That's because if you believe that...
So if I was playing this whole game, some of the parts of it would be like my true self. I'd probably be like, I'm really not that into Star Trek.
Except for the fact of how we met. The only thing I ever changed about myself to make him like me more was lying about liking Chinese food because I hate Chinese food.
Okay, that's what that. Okay, I'm cool with that.
That's one thing. That's one thing. But other than that, everything else was real. Although my friendship with his younger brother was built upon ill intentions, my friendship between his brother and I is now one of the most genuine friendships that I have. He just cried and told me that he doesn't want a divorce at all, but he does want us to have some time apart so that he can absorb the truth that I gave him. He also said that he expects me to tell his brother and mom this Friday because they deserve to know the truth just as much as he did. I told him okay, and we drove the rest of the ride home in silence. When we got home, he hugged me and cried for about 5 minutes before he got out of the car, packed his stuff, and said that he'll be staying at a nearby hotel for now. He said that he knows that he still loves me, but does not yet know how to react to the fact that the beginning of our relationship was very orchestrated. To sum it all up, I guess telling him was a success? I honestly don't know. He sent me a good night and I love you text last night while he was at the hotel. So I guess he's not so much mad as he may feel betrayed. And there's another update.
I think they feel betrayed.
Can you imagine if you felt like you had been tricked for 10 years by your wife that you just married a year ago? Like if you and like your girlfriend, like if she secretly told you like, yeah, I've known you for 7 years. And that random happenstance how we met wasn't random at all. I entered that contest to win that so that he would bring me there so I could meet you. Hey, what did I say at the beginning, guys? Find you a girl who actually likes you this much. It scares you.
Oh, right? Man. My response is, oh, that's cute, but I've never been that deep into it, so I don't really know.
How many people have really been in that deep where it's like somebody is scheming for 10 years?
Well, I do kind of have like someone that kind of stalks me a little bit, but like I'm not interested in them.
Okay, see? But you already know about it.
Yeah, I already know about it.
This guy didn't know about it until a year into their marriage. I woke up this morning to find out that the hubby not only lied about going to a hotel to stay at, but also lied about not wanting a divorce through a text message. Well, if I can just interrupt real quick, I don't think he was necessarily lying. I think he was just trying to compute one of the most unbelievable things he's probably heard in his entire life.
And he's probably scared.
I mean, he didn't know what to say at that moment. He probably meant it in that moment. He's like, I don't want a divorce. I just need time to think. Then he thought about it and he was like, yo, I need a divorce now. He went to his family's home, not a hotel, and then told the entire story himself, probably exaggerated it too to make me seem crazy.
That could be a possibility.
You know, I don't want to say...
You don't sound crazy at all.
I don't want to say that's
crazy.
Impossible. His whole family wants nothing to do with me and claims I'm a psycho. He said that he lied about going to a hotel because he knew if he told the truth, I would try to stop him. Honestly, I feel so betrayed. Shut the hell up, girl. You lied to him the entire time you were
This happens with cheaters.
Together.
They're like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. And the second they do one of the things while they're doing all these other things, it's like, why'd you do that? You betrayed me. And it's like, huge double standard.
It's like, you got to be able to understand that this guy just had the biggest like truth bomb of all time dropped on him. This woman he's in love with and thought it was all just magical fate now has all been thrown completely upside down. And by the way, you can join us live on YouTube every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Just tap our profile. I tried to be a good wife by showing him the true me. This person is completely unhinged. And this is what he does? I did all this work Just for it to end up like this? Honestly, I kind of deserve it. I didn't even tell him in the first place because I felt bad. I told him because I had a suspicion that he was catching on to the fact that I knew him for 2.5 years before he knew me, largely because I found out he was keeping my old phone in his work desk. My old phone that has screenshots of a lot of his old Instagram posts, plans in my notes app about him, etc. So I guess he never truly loved me if he can't even get past an honest confession like this one. I might update this in a few years when I find a new husband.
New project.
Shout out to the unfortunate soul that becomes this person's next husband.